sessions, we had the privilege of hearing numerous Mr. Gan Kim-yong, newly appointed, also taking office later this year. We will be hearing from Mr. Position and the new president. In the afternoon, we are delighted.
President and Chief Executive of Nikkei, distinguished guests, thank you, Mr. Fujiwara Toyoaki, for the introduction. It is my pleasure to be here at the 29th Nikkei Forum Future of Asia. In December, I was here for the summit marking the 50th anniversary of ASEAN-Japan, which set a clear direction for our future based on mutual trust and heart-to-heart partnership with our old friend, Japan. Despite today's global shifts and challenges, geopolitical, geoeconomic rivalries, advancement of technology, the environment, and our ongoing economic recovery from COVID-19, I see an opportunity for Asia to take a leadership role to tackle them head-on. Allow me to share with you my perspective on a few of these problems and how I think Asia can work together to address them. Problem number one, some people say Asia is the main arena for superpower rivalry, but I would rather say Asia is the equilibrium. We have always seen major powers attempt to maintain the right balance in engaging with Asia. This gives us a unique position on the world stage. This is especially the case for Southeast Asia, where we strive to maintain Asian centrality and relevance, and navigate through geopolitical flashpoints to avoid further confrontations. Whether it is Myanmar, the Taiwan Strait, or the South China Sea, as well as the conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East. Despite these challenging landscapes, our agenda should be clear: to bring long-term prosperity to our peoples and maintain peace and stability. While ASEAN does not take sides, it does not mean we do not take a stand. We remain vigilant and steadfast to safeguard our interests as well as stand firm on our principles. For example, on Myanmar, we are working together relentlessly towards peaceful, stable, and unified Myanmar. We want to see Myanmar back on path of democracy. Thailand is working to help support peace dialogue among parties in Myanmar. We are coordinating closely with Laos as ASEAN chair and all partners involved. In the meantime, Thailand is now scaling up humanitarian assistance for the Myanmar people along our border. This is a solid example of how Asia can take the lead through collective efforts and unified voice. Because together, we speak loudest. Problem number two, they see multilateralism and globalization are on the decline. Superpowers rival against each other. There's no we, only me and them. Yet, I see a silver lining, an opportunity to revive group spirits. If we look past these fragmentations, this could be an opportunity for us to strengthen regional and cross-regional cooperation that is open and outward-looking. This should be our new common agenda. As global relationships deteriorate, ASEAN countries should work together even more closely. Problem number three, the world is fast evolving and going through massive technological changes. Internet of Things, AI, financial technology, quantum computing, blockchain, you name it, the so-called digitalization of life as we know it. These are the changes that transcend borders and bring that many profound challenges. The future is already here. There are a lot of excitements and promises, about what the future may bring. But we must also be mindful of the impacts, whether beneficial or damaging. We must prepare our people for what's coming. To this end, we must strike a balance between long-term initiatives, including formal education and upskilling to promote digital literacy, and careful implementation of legal and regulatory frameworks that promote innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, if one thing is certain, it is the fact that change is inevitable. Therefore, I think the important question is, how do we adapt to uncertainties? How do we withstand future disruptions? If we fall, how do we come back stronger and better than before? The answer is building resilience within Asia. This is where Asia can make a difference in this ASEAN century. We in Asia must remain together and continue to lead. Why? Because Asia is the part and parcels of the global engine. Without Asia, the jigsaw is never complete. Because Asia is the factory and kitchen of the world, deeply rooted in the global supply chains. Because Asia is an economic powerhouse, being home of over 4.78 billion people, which is more than half of the world's population. Why must Asia take the lead? Well, why not? Ladies and gentlemen, for us, there are three things at hand that urgently require Asia's collective efforts. First and foremost, trade and investment, because economic progress is the very foundation of peace and stability. The truth is simple. Economic growth enables people to thrive. For the past decade, we have been negatively impacted by spillover effects of the global geopolitical conflicts. Today, we continue to see deepening fragmentation leading to the reshoring, nearshoring, friendshoring phenomena. Because of this, global economic growth has stifled. And wealth is concentrated among smaller groups of countries instead. Asia must then adapt. Asia was one of the hardest hit by the pandemic, especially when all our supply chains collapsed. However, we were also one of the fastest to recover. Asia rose to the challenge. Gradually and steadily, we have been expanding and gaining more influence and strategic importance. We in Asia should continue to support the multilateral trading system with WTO at its core. We must continue to deliver a free, open, fair, and non-discriminatory, transparent, and inclusive trade and investment environment. Today, we have come far. This was possible through regional collective actions such as RCEP, which was built upon the existing ASEAN +1 FTAs with partners including Japan, making it the largest FTA to date in terms of combined GDP, accounting for 1/3 of the world's population. Still, we can achieve much more. I believe that FTA negotiations should be a top priority. We must utilize FTAs to boost trade and investment and diversify markets. Currently, Thailand has signed 15 FTAs with 19 countries, with 7 more underway, EU and EFTA included. On this note, Thailand is proud of its decision to submit letter of intent to join OECD. I wish to personally thank Japan for supporting and leading the charge to bring OECD closer to Southeast Asia. Thailand is already working to improve our investment environment and upgrade our standards. We are determined to build the business ecosystem and enhance our global competitiveness for investment. Second issue is green transition. Climate change is real. Climate action is no longer an option. It is the only chance of survival. This requires a global collective effort. It is the responsibility of every one of us. Being green starts at home. In our effort to cut emissions, Thailand's first ever Climate Change Act will come into force soon. We have also set up a new Department of Climate Change to oversee Thailand's overall climate action. Thailand has been making good progress, especially in the energy and transportation sectors. We look forward to welcoming more investment in the area of green hydrogen and CCUS technology, as well as expanding our carbon credit market. In line with the Ignite Thailand vision to become a future mobility hub, we are creating a comprehensive EV supply chain industry. Our initial goal is to increase production of EVs up to 30% by 2030. However, it is my government's objective to support Japanese producers of ICE vehicles in this transition period. We have long valued the indispensable role of Japan and Japanese investors in building a solid foundation of our automobile industry. Moving to clean energy is not easy. This requires collective effort. ASEAN is building an ASEAN power grid which will help increase the share of renewable energy in the region. Thailand alone plans to increase the share of our renewable energy in power production to at least 50% by 2040. To build an entire ecosystem and infrastructure for clean energy, private sector and financial institutions are indispensable players. We should provide both tax and non-tax incentives for them. In my view, sustainable and green finance can be the main driving force. On Thailand's part, we have been issuing green bonds since 2021. Additional series of sustainable linked bonds will be rolled out this year, amounting to about $1 billion US. We welcome all partners to help drive our region towards a more sustainable future. Third is digitalization. I envision a world that is digitally connected. I want to create not only a digital economy, but a full-fledged digital society where digitalization becomes a part of people's everyday lives. For Thailand, our digital active citizens already paved the way for this change. It was accelerated by COVID-19, which made fast payment system via QR code, food delivery applications, and online shopping become a necessity. Today, our cross-border payment system is already linked with many ASEAN countries as well as Japan, which is one of the most popular tourist destinations of all time. Furthermore, earlier this month, Microsoft CEO announced the plans to invest in our vision for digitally first and AI-powered future through its new regional data center in Thailand, along with other projects to upskill the young digital talents and tech workforce of the whole ASEAN. For us, this is groundbreaking development. It is fundamental to our growing high-tech and cloud-based digital industries. This will enable Thailand to take a crucial leap to fully capture our massive potential in the digital economy. On top of that, ASEAN is currently negotiating the Digital Economy Framework Agreement, or DIFA. Once completed, it will become the world's first regional agreement of its kind, projected to double the value of regional digital economy to $2 trillion US by 2030. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe these three things will bring us closer to the world as we aspire to see. Each of us has a shared responsibility, and no one can achieve this alone. Platforms like the Nikkei Forum should continue to bring public and private sector together. We share thoughts, we share best practices, we share lessons learned, because all of you in the business community are truly behind the rise of Asia. For these reasons, Asia must maintain our collective leadership to reignite growth and restore trust in the global system, because that is our true strength. This is the ASEAN century. But let's not take things for granted. It's now the time to walk the talk and put things into action. Finally, please rest assured, no matter what the future may bring, Thailand will always stand beside Japan, our true and trusted friend. Thank you.